Alright, it's me from the future. This is going to make more sense to you at the 3/4 way of the video, but I just want to tell you this. For the second work piece, I ended up using larger pieces and started building at where the radius change starts on these tubes. And the results have been a lot smoother. That's going to make more sense in a little bit, so keep watching. And the way this seems to be shaking out is we do a bench episode, and then we do a shop episode, and then we do another bench episode, and then we do another shop episode. So this is preparation for the next shop episode. And what are we doing today? Charge pipes. So if you've been under the hood of your Ecoboost Mustang, you'll note that the Coldside on the EBMs is this weird floppy rubber tube that kind of looks like it came out of a Power Stroke diesel. And the Hotside coming off of the turbo looks sort of like, well, it's way more restrictive than this, and it's got that weird resonator in the middle and a plastic bung for the diverter valve. And I suspect they set it up that way to prevent lag and keep it quiet, but realistically this is a much better solution. So what do we have to do with these? I mean, how much prep work could be possible for a set of charge pipes? The answer is a little bit. So this is thermal tape, and what I want to do is at least wrap the cold side. I'm not too concerned about the hot side, but I might do it. Because look, the hot side is going to be radiating heat, and it's always going to be hotter than the engine bay. So I don't think there's much benefit, except aesthetically, to be wrapping both of these. Now this is great tape, but it's not very flexible. And if you try and wrap a radius, it gets all crinkly and weird, and it's very hard to do clean. So what I want to do is I want to show you a technique that works very well for wrapping radiuses, and it's not one you'll have seen before, but it's so simple you'll ask yourself why you didn't do it before. And it's super cool. So here's the premise. Because we can't wrap continuously around in large pieces, what we can do is we can make triangles. And we can apply them individually. Now this takes a bit of effort. It takes a bit of time, so maybe like put on a soap opera or get high and listen to your favorite album and sit here and cut this stuff for a good half an hour or so and then get to applying it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the rest of this, and then I'm going to come back to you when it's done, and then I'll show you how the application process goes and what the end result looks like. And I guarantee it's going to be the neatest thing you've seen in terms of thermal treatment for any of this stuff. And it looks way neater, again, than trying to fight around curves and radius changes, because it just gets weird, it gets ugly, and it's not aesthetically pleasing, God damn it. So I'll let you go. I'll rejoin you when I've got that done. Thank you. So here it goes. So you just watch me clip what I think is about maybe a third of this roll altogether, right? And now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a test run on this guy. This is, again, the cold side. This needs to be protected as much as possible. And what I've gone ahead and done is I've fit the appropriate bellows or joiners, or, God, the word escapes me right now. It's that COVID fog. The appropriate couplers. And I've put them about where they're going to be in terms of coverage on the pipe, and that's where I'm going to start my wrap. So here we go. And this is kind of a messy process. You're going to have a bunch of paper to feed to the cat later. Hey buddy, come here. Come say hello to the camera. Hi. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Like so. Boy. And you want a little bit of overlap. And look. and on and around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to a time lapse, and I will join you when this is actually complete. Alrighty, you ready? So again, before I show this to you, I want you to remember that the goal of this is the goal of any heat wrap that you would normally do. It's to prevent thermal transfer into or out of something. And that's what we're doing today. We're just not doing it by being a caveman and grabbing the roll and wrapping it around something and causing a bunch of wrinkles and imperfections. What we're doing is we're trying to do things a little bit more aesthetically. Now you'll notice that we managed to work around both curves as well as diameter changes without a huge set of imperfections. What this method does more than anything else is it spreads out all those wrinkles you would get in the corner among all the pieces as you go. I think this looks super neat. I've turned on another light that you can kind of see it closer. And that's what I was going for. So this again is the charge pipe, the Coldside pipe for the Ecoboost Mustang. And I think just for aesthetic parity, even though it's not going to help and it may even hinder just a tiny percentage, I'm also going to wrap the Hotside. And that might better illustrate the process and how it works. So I will join up with you when that's done. There's no need to hold you hostage. Now that you've seen this, you've seen some of the wrapping and some of the process. The rest is just kind of post-nut clarity. So I'll join you on the other side. Thank you. All right, so this is the second piece done. It's very hard to show this on camera. In fact, it probably looks a little sketchy on camera. But in person, all the imperfections and kind of the shapes of each of the individual pieces flows very well, and I'd say it looks quite good. And this will be the exposed side. And it looks very, very NASA-esque, very, very purposeful, and that's what I was going for. And it's fit to form. So anyway, this is kind of the end of the prep episode for the installs that'll probably be taking place in the next episode, which will be in real time this weekend. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. And we'll probably get to actually doing the install this weekend. So cool. Thanks a lot for coming along. I know that was probably a little bit of a boring update, and this applies to anything. It doesn't just apply to a Mustang, but any turbocharged application or anything you want to shield from heat. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe, like, or laugh at me in the comments. That's fine. I do this for me, not for you. But if you enjoy it, I'm glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I'm done. That's fine.